U.S. financial news. Markets react to Trump's auto tariffs. Biggest financial story in the U.S. over the past 24 hours centers on President Donald Trump's announcement of sweeping new tariffs on auto imports. Late yesterday, Trump unveiled a policy imposing a 25% tariff on all cars not manufactured in the United States. A move aimed at bolstering domestic production, but sparking immediate market turbulence. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 132 points, while the S&P 500 closed, down 1% overnight, reflecting investor unease. Tesla shares, in particular, slid 6% after reports of slowing demand. Despite the company's U.S. base manufacturing highlighting broader concerns about ripple effects in the auto sector, the tariff announcement, detailed in sources like Reuters and Bloomberg, has markets bracing for a potential trade war. Analysts suggest that foreign automakers, such as those from Japan and Germany, could face significant cost increases, potentially passing these on to consumers or shifting production to the U.S. However, the immediate reaction has been negative, with fears of inflation and disrupted supply chains weighing on Wall Street. Reuters noted that Canada's steel and aluminum industries are already reporting layoffs due to related U.S. tariff pressures, signaling cross-border economic fallout. Meanwhile, World Liberty Financial, the Trump family's cryptocurrency venture, launched a new stablecoin, tying the administration closer to the crypto industry. It regulated a development covered by the New York Times that's raising eyebrows. Among financial watchdogs, this financial shakeup comes as private credit titans, worth over $61 billion according to Bloomberg, continue to dominate an obscure but growing corner of finance, underscoring a contrast between traditional markets and alternative investments. For now, the auto tariff story dominates headlines, with experts predicting weeks of volatility as companies and markets adjust. U.S. political news. Tariffs, Doge, and congressional grilling. Politically, the U.S. landscape is buzzing with developments. Tied to Trump's tariff policy and broader administration moves, the auto tariff announcement isn't just a financial story, it's a political bombshell. Trump framed the tariffs as a fulfillment of campaign promises to protect American jobs. But it's drawn swift criticism from both sides of the aisle. Democrats argue it risks consumer price hikes, while some Republicans, particularly from impervious states, worry about economic disruption. Coverage from the Washington Post and NPR suggests Congress is gearing up for heated debates, with senators grilling Trump appointees over related issues like Social Security cuts proposed by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Speaking of Doge, NPR reported a brewing scandal. Staffers under Musk's leadership have allegedly bypassed privacy laws and security protocols to access vast troves of government, financial, and personal data. This effort, aimed at rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, has raised alarms about overreach. Musk, spotted at a White House cabinet meeting on March 24th, is pushing Doge as a cornerstone of Trump's efficiency agenda, but critics call it a power grab, masked as reform. The controversy intensified yesterday when senators questioned Frank Best-Nano, Trump's nominee to head the Social Security Administration, about the agency's finances and DOGE's proposed cuts. Per CBS News, Best-Nano faced tough inquiries about wait times and fiscal stability, with no clear resolution in sight. Elsewhere, The Atlantic's bombshell article from March 25th about a leaked signal chat involving Trump. Intelligence officials plotting a U.S.-focused strategy has kept political tongues wagging. Senators interrogated these officials yesterday, but as NPR noted, there's no sign of repercussions yet, leaving the story simmering. Together, these developments paint a picture of a politically charged 24 hours. With Trump's policies and Musk's influence at the forefront. World news, helicopter crash, Chin-Now-S tensions, and climate alarms on the global stage. The past 24 hours have been marked by tragedy, diplomacy, and environmental urgency. The New York Times reported a devastating helicopter crash amid wildfire. Containment efforts, killing at least 24 people, including the pilot. The fires, fueled by strong winds, have raged for days. Location unspecified, but likely in a fire-prone region like Australia or the western U.S. And this incident underscores the human toll of climate-driven disasters. CBS News added that ICE lost 150 billion tons annually over 2 decades continues to sound climate change alarms, opening new research frontiers while threatening global sea levels. In geopolitics, Reuters highlighted escalating U.S.-China tensions. China's vice premier expressed solemn concerns over U.S. tariffs in talks with the U.S. trade representative yesterday, warning of retaliatory measures. This comes as India's foreign minister, per Reuters, downplayed India-China border issues as manageable without conflict, offering a counterpoint to the U.S.-China friction. Meanwhile, the EU doubled down on its stance against Russia, stating via Reuters that an unconditional withdrawal from Ukraine is a precondition for sanctions relief. A position solidified in the last 24 hours amid ongoing war talks. A surprising sports-related world story also emerged. 19-year-old Alexandra Isla stunned world number 2 Iga Swiatek 6-2-2, 7-2-5 at the Miami Open, per Reuters. Ila's emotional victory secured her first WTA semifinal spot, captivating global audiences and marking a rare non-political highlight. Back on the grimmer side, NPR reported Israeli settlers attacking Palestinian filmmaker Hamdan Bilal in the West Bank on March 24, followed by his detention by the Israeli military. A story still unfolding as of yesterday, tied to Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich's controversial push to resettle Gaza. Wrapping up in the last 24 hours, the U.S. financial scene has been rocked by Trump's auto tariffs, sending markets into a tailspin and spotlighting the Trump family's crypto ties. Politically, the tariffs, DOGE's, data scandal, and intelligence leaks have kept Washington abuzz, with congressional scrutiny intensifying. Globally, a deadly helicopter crash, U.S.-China tariff spats, and climate warnings dominate, punctuated by a tennis upset and Middle East tensions. As of March 27, 2025, these stories reflect a world in flux, economically uncertain, politically charged, and grappling with both human and environmental crises. The next 24 hours promise more twists. As these narratives evolve,